AITA for ignoring my daughter for a week? I have a daughter, 11, with my ex-GF. We broke up before she was born, and I know that it was my fault because I was an awful boyfriend. And I cheated on her and other things, but I've changed. She didn't tell me about my child until a while ago that I accidentally found out about her and suspected she might be mine and got a DNA test to confirm. I have been trying to be involved in her life, but my ex makes it very hard for me. I know she is still mad at me for the things I did when we were together, but she is poisoning my daughter's mind and turning her against me. The other day she asked me why I cheated on her mom. Who says that to their child? Now every time she is with me she misbehaves. I've been showering her with gifts and attention, but she is always like, I wish you weren't my dad. Even though I've been nothing but nice to her, so a week ago I finally snapped and told her I won't be her dad then. I still prepared food for her and took her to school and made sure she has everything she needs, but I didn't give her gifts. Didn't play with her or talk to her for a week. My parents say I'm an asshole, but I think it was good for her. YTA she is 11 and my judgment is not because you stopped showering her with gifts but because you stopped talking to her. Also, showering her with gifts isn't necessarily to begin with. Why are you trying to bribe her? You need family counseling with the two of you to work through all of these issues. YTA. Congrats on proving your daughter right. You have not been in her life, so for her to have feelings of abandonment and constantly test you is normal. The fact that you actually did ignore her shows you still have a long way to go before she will accept you. Well, this is AITA and YTA, but that doesn't go far enough. You're a parent, not a middle schooler having a fight with her friend. You should not be giving anyone the silent treatment for any reason, and particularly not your child. It's immature and cruel and manipulative. You've been absent throughout this kid's entire life. The breakup was your fault. You have no business feeling like a victim. The victim is this kid who has had to grow up without one of her parents in her life. Even now you're around, she only visits you. For God's sake, get parenting classes or a therapist. You sound so clueless and selfish that this kid is at risk of being harmed. You need to be able to get advice from someone sensible and mature about how to behave. Yes, she is resentful and she deserves to be. Don't want to deal with an angry, disappointed kid who sees you for what you are. Don't cheat. Don't have sex without protection. Don't think you can waltz into a kid's life years later and buy her affection. YTA. You elbowed your way into her life. Got confronted with the reason you weren't wanted there in the first place. Then had a petty, immature response to a literal 11-yo. No one who actually gives a SHT about being involved in their kid's life would respond to a middle schooler saying, I wish you weren't my dad, by sinking to that childish level. It's probably for the best that you stay away. YTA. Were you really expecting your ex to cover up for you and never tell your child that you have cheated on her mother and that's why you're not together? Really? As soon as I saw my daughter, 11, quote, I knew you were Why are you taking it out on a child? It's not her fault that you cheated and that her mom thought it was a brilliant idea to tell her. God. Adults suck so much and the poor kids always get stuck in the middle, disappointed you're majority in so many ways. Way to set a good example of what your daughter will expect in relationships. Kids see their dad act like that, and then when their boyfriends give them the silent treatment and cheat, they think it's normal and to be expected. But I've changed. She did not tell you about your daughter because you were a toxic person and she wanted nothing to do with you. You then shoehorned yourself into this child's life and have a tantrum when she doesn't like you. She is poisoning my daughter's mind and turning her against me. The other day she asked me why I cheated on her mom. Who says that to their child? Probably the mom who's 11 years old wonders why her dad was not in her life and suddenly came around. After she tried to keep you away. She's telling her kid the truth about why she left you. You whipped up that batch of poison all by yourself. Now every time she is with me she misbehaves. I've been showering her with gifts and attention. So you want to make up for not being there, by buying her things? I've been nothing but nice to her. Are we sure about that? So a week ago I finally snapped and told her I won't be her dad then. Steering into the skid was bold. But not smart. YTA. You need to stop kidding yourself. This girl wants nothing to do with you. Nor does her mom. And you are not really helping yourself by forcing yourself into their lives. If you actually care about your daughter, you need to leave her alone. Let her know you will be there for her if and when she wants you to be. But right now you're acting like the step-parent who forces the kid who doesn't know them to call you dad. YTA. Seriously. Have you expected a kid to fall in love with you after showering her with gifts? Do you really think that you can make friends with anyone by giving them stuff? By ignoring her for a week, you probably just confirmed her the worst fears. That she is disposable to you and your love is conditional. Being a parent isn't all about glitter, flowers and laughs. If you really care about your child, you should see a family therapist and try to work on yourself, cause forcing yourself onto a child will only make her resent you. Well, this will backfire on you. YTA. YTA. You're, presumably, an adult. Act like it. You don't like that her mother told her the truth? Tough. Own your mistakes. Take some parenting classes. Stop acting like a child. YTA. Not talking to an 11-yo. Are you sure you aren't 11 also? This is abusive. Go take a parenting class or 11. One for each year you missed. YTA. Get some parenting classes. YTA. You haven't changed. You're still a selfish She's acting out. She's hurt. She's confused. She's only 11 years old. You've just admitted to not speaking to an 11-year-old for a week. A child in your home. That's emotional abuse. What you've just done is inform her that you're not a safe person for her. You're not to be trusted. She needed you to put her first and allow her to be angry. Instead, you put yourself first. Info. Did you honestly expect your daughter to automatically be comfortable with you? It doesn't work like that. Yes. YTA. You are an adult. She is a child. Your behavior towards her is cruel and damaging. Grow up. Info. How exactly do you figure that ignoring your kid for a week is good for her? So why did you? And the truth is nothing to hide? EXGF could have asked you that you tell her outright. But would you have done that? My wife asked his father too, and though his excuses weren't convincing, she still loves him. She can hate that he cheated, but love him still as a dad. YTA. You are the asshole. You're completely ignorant of that child's needs. Here's a hint: it's not showers of gifts. You punished that child not to teach her a lesson but because she hurt your ego and obviously sees through your attempts to buy her affection. YTA. You are the parent, so behave like one. Do you think this child will get the massage with this behavior? I think not. This is just bad parenting. Speak with your ex that this is toxic of her to manipulate your child against you. Yes. You did her wrong, but the child has nothing to do with this between you. And, for the love of whatever you believe in, speak like an adult to your child about this. Tell her her behavior is hurting you. How she has no right to be so mean to you because you showered her with love from the beginning, etc. This post reads like it was written by a 10-yo YTA.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.